how you doing? Welcome back to our channel.
Where we give life advice videos coming straight from the Bible, y'all.
Exactly.
Alright, so the verse we're going to be coming in from is Galatians 5:19, and I'm going to be reading from two translations. The first one is NKJV, which reads, "Now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lewdness." And the second translation is going to be coming from NASB, which reads, "Now the deeds of the flesh are evident, which are immorality, impurity, sensuality." Now, I want to hone in on the word fornication. A lot of people don't know why God commands us to have sex after marriage, to wait till marriage to have sex. And in today's video, we're going to do 5 key benefits of waiting until marriage to have sex.
So, in no particular order, the first thing that we're going to be talking about today, a really important benefit of waiting for sex until marriage, is you get to build intimacy in between each other.
So sadly, a lot of people don't understand how the Bible uses the word intimacy. Intimacy goes beyond romantic and sexual experiences. It's honestly developing close familiarity and friendship with your partner. And what happens when you have sex before marriage is y'all become so tied to each other, and a lot of the time y'all don't even develop the necessary knowledge to overcome challenges, and y'all don't develop the discernment to tell if y'all in a toxic relationship, and that can ultimately damage the relationship. That's why a lot of breakups happen.
Also, more importantly, of intimacy between each other, you get to develop your intimacy with God, and that's what's really important, because you if you have sex before marriage, you be so focused on the relationship with that person that you forget about, sometimes, most of the time, you forget about your relationship with God. And that's why he wants you to wait, because he don't want you to forget about him, basically. He wants to be included in your relationship, because if you become closer to him, you'll become closer to your partner if they're becoming closer to him as well.
Alright, so the second benefit of waiting until marriage is it produces faithfulness.
Yes, and just like building intimacy with God is important, building the faithfulness to God is important as well, because everything you really do towards God, intimacy, faithfulness, all that good stuff, you learn how to do that to your partner. You know what I'm saying? And so when you build your faithfulness with God, build your intimacy with God, you will build your intimacy and faithfulness to your partner. And when that'll help you to wait. And when you have sex outside of marriage, the sex could become a big part of the relationship, which you don't want, because that sex not gonna last forever. But also, that can be all that you crave, and sometimes if it get taken away, then that person could become unfaithful. You know what I'm saying? But if y'all both agree to wait, and you know that you're worth the wait, and you're willing to wait, the right person will be willing to wait with you. And if they're not gonna wait, they're not gonna be faithful to you, then you know that they're not worth it. They're not worth the wait if they're not willing to be faithful to you while y'all are waiting for something that is sacred, like marriage and having that beautiful relationship with each other.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And honestly, you could test a person's true colors. If they lash out on you for wanting to wait, honestly, they're not worth it. Just move on, find someone better.
The right person, because trust me, what one person won't do, another person will. And if somebody won't wait for marriage to have sex with you, Somebody will. Ask me how I know. So that leads us into our third benefit, which um is it increase your self control when you're willing to wait.
Yeah, so it kind of follows the previous 2 points. What happens is when you have sex before marriage, a lot of the times sex is all that you pretty much crave. You don't even crave the intimacy anymore. All that comes to your mind is just sex, sex, sex. And once that's no longer given to you, you become losing that sense of self control, and you start lashing out at your wife. You start lashing out at everyone around you because you're not getting that sex that you're pretty much craving for. So that's why it's important to wait until marriage to build that self control.
Yeah. So in other words, when you learn how to wait and you develop your relationship with God and you develop your relationship towards the person that you claim to love, that helps you to learn how to love, how to be patient, and how to be slow to anger. All the things that you gain clarity and more understanding about all of that when you learn your self control. And so then that leads us into our next point of having self control of waiting for sex. It destroys all sexual idolatry, which that means putting sex above everything else.
Hmm.
Right.
So, for those of you who don't know what idolatry is putting something or someone above pretty much God. And what happens is you end up putting sex above God, and you end up doing anything you can possibly do to gain sex. That includes sinning for that person, lying for that person, stealing for that person, just so you could have sex with that person. So that's why it's so important to wait until marriage so you could learn to value God above sex.
Yes. And I would also add that all of this also destroys any sexual trauma that you had connected to, that area of your life. When you value your relationship with God and your relationship with your partner, then you heal from your trauma and everything regarding sex. You get what I'm saying? You learn how to do it the right way and not whatever you learn based off of past experiences or things you may have heard or seen before. You get what I'm saying? So that also helps in that area.
All right, so that leads us to our fifth and final benefit of waiting till marriage to have sex is it builds discernment, which is the ability to judge well. And what happens is when you have sex before marriage, it destroys the ability to know if you're even in a toxic relationship or in a healthy relationship.
Exactly. And you build discernment because when you develop your relationship with God, all of this is going back to your relationship with God. Basically, you learn your value in God. You know what I'm saying? You learn why you are important and why it is important for you to stay pure and holy, and you learn to value that. You get what I'm saying? And so when you do, you don't let just anybody in your space. You don't just let anybody like open like into that part of that intimate part of you. And so when you're in the dating field, it helps you your discernment will help you to know, okay, they're not for me. Okay, they don't have the spiritual walk that I need to lead me, to guide me, to be my helpmate. You get what I'm saying? And so you place a value on your body and your spirit, and that goes for men and women, and your discernment will help you to know who is for you. And when you talk to God, when you like this with God, I'm telling you, He will tell you who's for you and who's not for you. And shoot, if you really in tune, your body will tell you before anything.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I 100% agree. You don't want to just give your body out to anybody and risk blowing that level of discernment and just not being able to tell if you're in a toxic relationship or not.
But all of this ties back to make sure you have a relationship with God before anybody else. And when you are in a relationship and you both want to be holy, then you're gonna do everything in your power to make sure that y'all are remaining pure and remaining intact with God and what He calls you to do. And so just remember 5 benefits of waiting to marriage: building intimacy, producing faithfulness, building discernment, destroying sexual idolatry, and increasing your self control.
All right, so this is just part one of a part two series. In the second part, we're gonna go into purity and share a little bit of our testimony. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you. That's all we have for you guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we pray that this touches you in some type of way or gives you light on exactly what God calls you to do. We have so much more in store for you guys. So just stay tuned. We love you.
And if this is helpful, please let us know. And if you're confused, please let us know where we could clarify. But for that, we love y'all and we'll see you next time.
Love you guys. Bye.